It's always a good idea to be aware of what the best practices are for what you are trying to achieve. The aim is to make whatever you are doing work out better, faster, and more efficiently with fewer problems and mistakes. Using version control is an essential part of modern software development, and using it efficiently should be part of every developer's toolkit. Here we are going to cover top 7 best practices while using version control system. The first best practice while using version control is to commit often and commit early. Committing changes often also helps you to keep commit changes to small, and it helps to commit only related changes. Also, it helps you to share your changes with other developers more frequently so that it is easy for everyone to integrate changes and also to avoid large merge conflicts. As a software engineer, you should make it a habit to commit changes at least once per day. The more commit you do, the better. The second best practice is to test before you commit. You should only commit code which is tested and passes tests. And this includes code formatting with linters. We will talk about unit testing in upcoming session. So we need to write tests and run tests to make sure features and bugs fix really is completed and has no side effects. Having your code tested is even more important when it comes to pushing or sharing your code with others. The third best practice is to use branches. Team members publish, share, review, and iterate on code changes through branches shared with others. One of the most important use of branching is to separate projects that once had common code base. Branches are the perfect tool to help you avoid mixing up different lines of development. You should use branches extensively in your development workflows for new features, bug fixes, and ideas. However, make sure you are on the correct branch before the start of the work to avoid any mess. The fourth best practice is to only commit related changes. Always make sure that one commit is only related to one specific task. For example, fixing two different bugs should produce two separate commits. This method makes it easier for other developers to understand the changes you made. The fifth best practice is to write good commit messages. Commit message is the best and the easiest way to communicate with the other developers about the changes you made. Sometimes it may be an individual project, but what will happen when someone joins the development team later? So despite the single or group project, commit messages should be clear to everyone. It's good to have a subject and a description, normally up to 50 characters, in your commit message. If you use an issue tracker, put references to them at the bottom. The sixth best practice is to coordinate with your team. Always keep the whole team on the same page by informing them about the branch creation, commit message formats, pull request, merging changes, etc. Most development teams use their issue ID as the subject of the commit message so that others can easily find the issue or the feature related to that commit. Also, members should not merge their own commits to the master or development branch. Responsible person must be assigned to those type of tasks. There is much similar stuff you need to talk about with your team. However, just make sure to agree on a common workflow that everyone follows. The seventh and the last best practice while using version control is to agree on a workflow. Git lets you pick from lot of different workflows such as long running branches, topic branches, merge or rebase, Git flow. Which one you choose depends on a couple of factors: your project, your overall development and deployment workflows, and maybe most importantly on your and your teammates' personal preferences. However you choose to work, just make sure to agree on a common work